Hey guys, welcome back to Lord of Heroes. In today's video, we've got a bit of a beginner's guide for the game. It is out globally now, so hopefully we'll get you pointed in the right direction. So let's get into it. Alright, so first thing, I did make a separate video on this a couple of days ago, but when you get into the first contract, I'll leave a link to that video if you want to go through the descriptions, but basically, pick Crom. He's going to be the best overall. If you like your waifus, go ahead, but Crom definitely going to be the most valuable. You got to log in for 15 days to get him. If you miss a day, as you can see here in the top left, you can click renew. It's going to cost you crystals, but you can renew that contract and pick up where you left off. So not too bad there. Just try not to miss the day in the first 15 days. Besides that, the next thing I want to look at is going to be, we'll go to the alchemy. So this is the summoning. So basically in the summoning, you can see you can summon for Guardian, Warrior, Guardian again, Striker, Cleric, Striker again, and then Sniper. So those are the different ones. You got the Cleric, the Striker, the Guardian, the Sniper, and the Warrior. Basically, Cleric is always going to be a good one because you're always going to need healers. So they're sort of on their own. The rest of them, the best of the rest is basically going to be Striker. Now, the reason Striker is going to be better is because they have basically an innate extra amount from their gear sets of ignore defense. It just scales really well, and from what I've been able to find out on Discord, big shout out to ARFs on Discord and Reddit, ARFZ, for helping me out with this information. But Strikers just scale a lot better in general, so they're the better ones to go for. Also, this Helga, you are going to get her from campaign, so she's just a good one to invest in. That's pretty much all there is to it. When you see the one here, as you can see, it's going to have basically an extra chance to get the Helga artifacts, but it's not guaranteed. So you will get artifacts for different strikers. It's like it says striker artifact guaranteed, but that is not going to be a Helga artifact guaranteed. So just something to remember. You do get your free one as well. But basically, strikers and clerics where you want to go, just because strikers are better and clerics are always going to be good. Next up, I want to look at heroes. So the heroes you get through, ignore what I've leveled up here because this was on my Korean account when I had no idea what I was doing. But basically, like I said, the Helga, she's going to be fantastic. Something you can use if you don't want to use Helga. The reason she's going to be good is basically she's a striker, which means good damage, and she's got double AoEs. So she's going to be handy, and you get her for free from the campaign. What I'm going to do is, purely because I don't like her design, I'm not a fan of it at all, I'll probably spend some crystals. And if you're a pay to play, this might be an option. For me, I'm just doing it because I like this guy's visuals more. But I'm going to pick up Water Schneider here. He costs basically the cost of 2 10 pulls on gear, which is expensive, but I'm going to pick him up anyway because he's got this AoE, which is going to reduce turn gauge. He's got a single target attack, which is going to increase his turn gauge, and then he's got removes a buff. So nice strip that not a hell of a lot of heroes have. So he's just solid, fills the same role. He's a striker as the Helga, but I just like him more, and he's going to have more PvP viability later on. So I'm just going to pick him up. But for most people, just stick with the Helga if you want. Like I said, I just I just hate this design. So like, I love all the designs in this game, but I don't like Helga, so that's why I'm doing that. One of your starting healer is going to be the Green Charlotte. She's fantastic. Invest in her. She's worth it. Really, really good healer. Another one that I'm going to invest a little bit into, I'm still waiting to see because they haven't announced how you're going to be able to get all the heroes. Something like the Green Aslan is absolutely amazing, but don't know how he's going to come into the game yet. So still waiting to see that. So Olivia is going to be one that I'll invest a little bit into, not go ham. I'm not going to do skill ups and stuff like that, but I'll level her up a little bit because you do pick her up in campaign fairly early. She's got an AoE speed reduce. She's got a single target turn gauge reduction on the basic attack, and then her ultimate, it basically gives her an extra turn if she kills the enemy. So she's pretty nice. Not the best in the game. I will do a tier list video later on, but yeah, she's okay, so I don't mind investing in her as well. And maybe if sorry, I'm using a phone mirroring system because that's the other thing. This game does not allow emulators, so the mirroring system just crashed. But Fram is one I might invest to. Basically, in this game, leveling resources like experience potions and stuff like that really hard to get, so you only really want to invest in heroes that you're really going to use. So Fram is the kind of one I'd level up a bit, but I'm not going to go too hard on the investment. This is just to push me through campaign, and we'll talk about progressing like that in a minute. The next thing I want to look at is going to be the Renown system. So as you can see, the Renown at the top here, you basically get it. You can get it from PvP, you can get it from playing. It's what you're going to use to recruit some heroes. So the first one you're going to want to recruit with Renown, and there's been a really good change on global that wasn't on Korea. So the first one you're going to want to pick up with 500,000 Renown is going to be this Red Vanessa. So basically, she's a healer. Her basic attack does damage based on defense. Her second attack does damage based on defense. Does healing based on defense and also increases defense. And then her ultimate is going to heal based on her HP and grant invincibility. So defense-based damage, defense-based healing, HP-based healing, and then a defense buff and an invincibility buff for the whole team. Really nice healer. So she's the first one you're going to want to pick up with the Renown. If we go to the recruit here, you can see the Renown down the bottom, 500,000. And above that, you can see the requirement of recruit Water Charlotte. Now, Water Charlotte used to cost 500,000 Renown as well. However, in global, I've just noticed this. They've changed it, which is fantastic. And she is now going to cost 3,000 gems, which is basically 2 temples. So what I would recommend doing is waiting until you're almost at 500,000 Renown, then start stockpiling those gems. Then as soon as you hit 500,000 Renown, pick up this Blue Charlotte, then go ahead and pick up the Red Vanessa, because Red Vanessa is going to be amazing. Blue Charlotte's pretty trash. Basically, she does have a regen on one of her heals, but Crom, who we're going to pick up from the contract, he has a regen. And they don't stack, and it kind of makes her redundant. She's just not that good. So you're only going to buy her to meet the requirement to get the Red Vanessa, is what the Water Charlotte is going to be. Next up, I want to look at Alliance. Basically here, as you can see, I collected this just before I started. I shouldn't have, but when you're in Alliance, you're just going to get a bunch of rewards. You can get stamina, you can get upgrade materials, a lot of stuff. Just join an Alliance, even if you're not hugely active in it. Just you get goodies. You get goodies. If anyone's got an Alliance, let me know in the comments. I'll join. I'm not going to create one. Can't be bothered with this game. There's too many alliances, too many games. So I'm just gonna join one. The next thing I wanted to look at is if I remove my face right here in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see this little thing. I'll put myself back on now. It's going to give you basically it's like those tracking rewards. So as you can see at the moment, I need to fight 3 battles with my attack party in Colosseum. Just because I've fought 3 battles before I get to this one doesn't mean I instantly clear it. So you've got to keep checking it and keep doing what it says and keep progressing in it, because it is going to give you some nice rewards. So keep track of that thing, definitely. The next one I want to look at is going to be in the world. So when you're pushing through campaign, like I said, resources are really scarce. So as you go through campaign, you can check the power of the enemies. If you just go to any stage, when you jump into it, it's going to see the enemy power there at 2,900. Use that as a rough guide. Basically, you don't want to be wasting energy by losing battles, is the key thing to take out there. We do also have, and I'll do more in-depth guides into this stuff. This is just an overview. We have the halls here. Now, the elemental halls, the Hall of Darkness, they have all the elemental ones. They're going to be where you get your upgrade materials for basically evolution and stuff like that. I try and steer clear of here for early on until I'm stuck in campaign. And even if I get stuck in campaign, I look to my gear next. Compared to other games, you're going to get more gear because you're going to be summoning for it with your premium currency. So, you know, upgrading gear is easier than, like, if I can just upgrade a bit of gear and then progress further, it's not as bad. Now with the gear, it does operate off the old random upgrade system. So if we go upgrade, you can choose your limits, and every 3 is going to give you an additional substat. Very Summoner's War style here. I can say, oh, power me up to level 9. Sweet. It does have the annoying RNG system where that one's going to be a success. This one might be a fail. It's a success again. It'll be a fail. There you go. And then it's just going to keep trying. It does end up costing a lot of gold. As you can see, that's 8,000 per power up. So I try to avoid it's a very minimalist thing, especially if you're free to play. You don't want to be powering things up more than you have to progress where you need to get to. So for me, 4 stars, even though this one's 7, this was when I didn't know too much. 4 stars, I'd probably try to stick to +3s, 5 stars +6, and then obviously your 6 stars and artifacts are going to be the ones you're going to go harder for. And as you can see, the artifacts, you know who it's for specifically. Down above the upgrade thing, you can see it's Olivia. It's going to give her a +1 on one of her skills. So that's what those are. They do have different stats. I'll do a complete gear guide later on, but for early on, just upgrade it a little bit to progress is pretty much the gist of it. The next thing I want to talk about is going to be PvP. So I only found this out recently on the Discord. If we go to the Coliseum here, basically if you win a PvP battle, you're going to get 200 Renown and some gold. If you lose, you're going to get 3 experience potions. So I'm actually going to, early on in the first couple of days, purposely lose in PvP so that I can get some experience potions. It's up to you. Renown's nice. Experience potions are nice. Like I said, it's hard to level things, so I'm just going to deliberately lose to get those experience potions. You do generate these every hour, so you can get a fair few energy potions, especially to boost you early on. And yeah, that's pretty much all the basics that I can think of for the game. If there's anything you guys aren't sure about, hit me up in the comments. I can make more videos. But like I said, I'll probably do a tier list, a more in-depth gear guide, like a powering up heroes guide and stuff like that. I just wanted to get the basics across because we're in global now and I really got to log over and start my global account. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.